it's Peanut. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new, my name is Peanut. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 boys and a full-time reseller on the Poshmark app. You can definitely check the link below for my closet. But I've been away. I've been away from filming and YouTubing for a month now, and this is why. He's distracted with the lights. But this is little Ben. He's my baby boy. He's the 3rd one, and I delivered him on September 8th after a very long 48 hours of labor. I feel like it was over 48 hours. It probably was. I spent a long time at the hospital. But it was a very rough delivery, and we're just gonna leave it at that. So I've been away spending time with them, sleep deprived. As you can obviously tell, my eye is super swollen. It gets really swollen when I'm tired, and during this time I've been really still hitting it hard on my Poshmark and reselling. I've been listing, I've been sourcing, I've been selling, I've been packing, and I do this all by myself, 100%. I don't have any helpers. I do have a very good, strong family support team though. Carl is always down to help me out whenever I need help or help watch the kids. And I do have a younger sister living with us as well, and she does help tremendously. So between my families and Carl, I do have a lot of help with getting things done. So that being said, I do a lot of this during nap time, but let's just get on to the numbers. So I started doing full-time reselling on Poshmark towards the end of August, like the last week of August, and I am going to include that week into these numbers as well, just because I figured it's only 1 week, and I did start doing full-time since that week. So starting from the last week of August until the end of September, I sold 288 items. I grossed $4,768.75. My cost of good was $348.40. And my net after Poshmark fees, which is 20%, and any shipping discount that I provided my customers, was $3,262.80. So that was an amazing first month of reselling. I guess I love what I do. I did put a lot of work into this prior and during this whole month. Even with as busy as I am constantly, it was still nice to get this number. I really honestly didn't even know I had gotten these numbers, this high of a number, until I did my spreadsheet like 3 days ago. So I'm pretty excited about that. And how I calculated my cost of good is very easy actually. So I primarily only source at the Goodwill bins, and if you're brand new to reselling, the Goodwill bins is I pay by the pound, and where I live I pay $1.19 after 25 pounds. And then what I do is after I pay for everything, I come home, I sort through everything, and then anything that I missed, like stains, holes, or anything that I missed while I was at the thrift store, I redonate that. And then I count all the items, and then I divide the total cost by the number of items, and that's how I get my cost of good per item. It generally averages around under 90 cents an item, so that's pretty good for cost of good. But that being said, let's just kind of jump into some fun things that happened during this first full month. So I sold 58 bundles. That is an amazing number, and that actually contributed to the bulk of my earnings, was my bundles. And if you are brand new to my channel or brand new to my closet, I always have a ongoing sale, a 5 for 25, and definitely we'll do more videos on how to do this in your closet and to successfully do it. Of course, it varies from closet to closet, so what I do might not work for you. Just remember that. But from the 58 bundles, my biggest bundle was 10 items totaling $110, and it actually totaled a little bit more, but I gave my buyer a discount since she was bundling so many items. So yeah, I was willing to take a I think it was like a $30 to $40 discount. And the reason why I gave that high of a discount was because my cost of good for everything in that bundle was $8.60 only, which is, again, it's because I primarily source at the Goodwill bins, so my cost of good is not high. I can take low offers and give discounts and still be fine with getting an amazing number in. But after all of that, my net for that bundle of 10 items was $88. So that's pretty exciting, and that was amazing to wake up to. My biggest single sold item, so just one item, no bundling, was for $50. It is a citron of Santa Monica kimono, Japanese embroidered kimono. My cost of good for that was 80 cents. I found that at the Goodwill bins, and my net was $39.50. So that was pretty amazing for me, at least. And that sold very early on in the start of September. So I would say actually, I think it was actually in August that it sold, like the August 30th or something that it sold. So not bad at all. I am kind of holding Ben here too because it's the only way to get him to quiet down so I can film. It's hard to film with babies. It really is. I don't know how parents do it, but I've tried like 10 times to film this video already, and it's been very unsuccessful. So, well, just leave it at that. So what worked for me, and the reasons why I think my closet increased in sales and how I got to these numbers. Well, prior to becoming full-time, my closet item count was at like 400 to 500 active listing, and then once I knew I was going to be a full-time reseller, I kicked it into high gear, and I sourced like crazy and I list like crazy, and I listed over 1,000 items, I think within the first 2 weeks of being a full-time reseller. And I had a lot of stuff that I had sourced already, and a lot of stuff from my personal closet and donated items to me that I needed to list. So I just went crazy like a mad woman, and I listed like crazy. So that, I think, contributed to why my numbers were so high. I also had very successful Sunday closet clearouts. Poshmark, I've noticed, loves to have closet clear out days on Sundays, and if you're brand new to that, closet clear out is just a very good thing to take advantage of. I personally like using it, but if you drop your price down 10%, Poshmark offers a shipping discount to your buyers, and so you're not eating the shipping discount, kind of like offers to likers where you're eating the shipping discount. The Poshmark team or Poshmark will cover that shipping discount. So that's pretty awesome. So what I did was I went through the first week I started being a full-time reseller on closet clear out. I just went crazy. I dropped everything in my closet 10%, even items that were under $10. So how to get that $1.80 shipping discount? You have to drop the item price that was higher than $10 down 10%, and then it qualifies in that closet clear out. But for me, what I did was I dropped everything in my closet down the first week of that I did this, 10%, and that's including any items that were under $10, because if you do that, your buyer or whoever like that item does get an update that the item was edited or price was dropped 10% or something like that. And what that does is generate traffic coming to your closet. Now, I had a lot of items that were $10 and under for my buy for $25 sale that I have active in my closet all the time. and I knew that if I dropped this price of anything under $10, that people were gonna actively start shopping. And that is what happened. People were going crazy. I was getting major bundles for my 5 for $25, and a lot of the items went over 5, which is awesome because that's my goal, is to get over 5 items. And it was pretty successful, so I took advantage of Sunday closet clear out often, and a good chunk of my income came from those days. Next is I listed weekly. I listed 100 plus items weekly. Now, I can only source 1 day a week now, instead of what I was doing previously was 2 to 3 times a week. I only source once a week now, and it's usually on a Thursday because that's the least busiest day for me, and my sister's home on Thursday. So what I do is I go crazy at the Goodwill bins. I stuff my cart up, and sometimes 2 carts up, way high. And I come home, I just grind it out on Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and I list everything on those days, and then it's a repeat. So I do list over 100 items a day, not a day, a week. And I do notice some major traffic because I am increasing the volume of active listing in my closet. So that has helped out a lot. Another thing is I do self-share my closet 3 to 5 times a day. Self-sharing your closet is how you get your items out. I stopped community sharing. I stopped doing a lot of community sharing just because being a full-time reseller now, I find that it's really hard to do everything that I need to do with my own closet. If I do have time, I do some community shares and follows, but that's kind of like on the back burner. I don't really have time to do that, but definitely do more self-shares because it's definitely going to increase traffic and potential buyers to your closet. So that's what I've been doing, is 3 to 5 times a day, and now I have over 1,100 active listing. So it takes a while. Definitely takes a while to self-share in between crying kids, diapers, feedings, all that stuff. But I've been able to do to keep up with it. And there's some days that I only share 1 or 2 times a day, and that's perfectly fine. I'm fine with that. But what I learned from being a full-time reseller for the first month is that I need to update my spreadsheet daily or often. I didn't have a proper spreadsheet until 3 days ago. So I kind of just had to work real hard on a day and a half between all my stuff that I had to do to enter all my numbers in, and it was a lot of information to enter in and a lot of things to type up on my Excel. So I learned my lesson. I'm going to be doing it daily or often. So what I've been doing now that we're in October, I've been just updating every other day or days that I ship my packages. And it seems to help with reducing how much I have to type towards the end of the month. Hopefully, that's the goal. I also have to track my cost of goods better. I was doing pretty good, and then everything kind of just happened after I had my baby, and I was really bad at tracking my cost of goods. I have all my receipts, but I didn't keep track of how many items I got with each sourcing trip that I got. So I just averaged all my cost of goods to 90 cents for those days, unless I go back and count everything. I probably will, just because I'm super OCD about that. So I probably will go back and count all of my items I listed and figure out my cost of good per item. But that's been a crazy thing, and I learned my lesson, not doing that again. And what I learned is I need to be better at tracking my mileage and my hours that I'm working on my reselling. I just kind of guesstimate my hours that I'm doing about 25 to 30 hours, which is not even full-time hours, but it's close enough. I definitely need to keep better track of that, because I do know that I need to file that with taxes. So I don't know how I'm going to do that just yet. But I have to keep better track of my mileage and my hours that I work. So that being said, my October goals for the month of October, of course, of 2019, I want to gross 5,000 for the whole month of October. And I know that's a very lofty goal, but that was actually the goal I set for myself for like 4 months down from being a full-time reseller. And I almost hit that in the first month of being a full-time reseller. So I know that I can potentially hit this number, and I know how to get there. So that's my goal. Next is I want to list 150 items weekly. Now that's sourcing and listing, because I do not like having death piles. Death piles is a waste of my money. So I am very adamant about not having a death pile. So I won't source until all my death pile is gone. But I want to list 150 items weekly. So that's my goal. Second goal for October. Next is I want to have a proper budget for my cost of goods. So I just kind of just go and shop and buy, which is probably very bad, but I do buy everything in the Goodwill bins, so it's pretty cheap. And I don't know, I actually don't know what I spent last month. That's bad. That's another reason why I want to keep better track of my cost of goods. I just kind of charge my business card and go from there. But I want to have a proper budget. So my budget for the month of October for my cost of good is $500. That is a little bit high, but of course I only source once a week now. And from these past couple of weeks that I've been sourcing, I kind of been averaging about $125 to $140 for my weekly cost of goods. So I do want to try to keep it under $500 just to make it, you know, more profitable for my business. And another goal of mine is I want to put in 30 to 40 hours a week. Again, I'm not properly tracking my hours. I'm just guessing how much I'm working on it, so that I do need to properly track that to get to the hours that I want. Because eventually what I want to do once this business boom is I want to put myself on a salary. So that's future goals and future full-time reselling and future me. So thank you for watching and watching me ramble on about my business. If you like this video, definitely make sure you thumbs up so I know, and make sure you like and subscribe if you're brand new to my channel. And we look at the camera, buddy. No, no, you're not getting a, you need to tilt him. But we shall see you next time. Bye-bye. Your brother's so much better than you at this. We shall see you on our next video. Bye-bye.